What would you say to someone who is considering mentoring?
I would say to someone that's considering mentoring, one, be prepared to hear all the kids' tea. They're going to tell you all funny stories, and sometimes they get really distracted. So just prepare yourself to figure out how to wind them back in, but also prepare to essentially kind of be like a teacher, like teach them additional things and help them out in the areas that they are kind of slacking in a little bit. But overall, I think it's just something that it sharpens your skills, because sure, we kind of forget some of the things we learned back in the day. So overall, just prepare to learn, but also teach at the same time.
I would say it's rewarding. We all were kids at one point, so you want to kind of put your experience next to theirs, see how they're doing, and just kind of lead the next generation into positivity. Make sure they're going on a good path, following in, I guess, a good way, and just giving tips, all the tips that you can that you grew up with.
If you're considering becoming a mentor, and obviously if you have the time in your schedule, it's literally 1 hour. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, I'm gonna do 30 minutes, because really they said it could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be as much time as you want. But honestly, that hour is very well spent, and I look forward to it now. And I'm like, every single week, I'm like, what can we do to make her have fun reading? Like last week, I was reading to her, and I said, no, let's stand up. And we started jumping, and we will walk and read. And I felt like that made a difference. Outside of her just sitting in the classroom and reading, like us just doing that little movement made a difference in how she responded to us learning how to read and learning how to do different things.
I'd say do it. If God put it on your heart to be interested, even if you don't feel like you have the ability or the talent or being good with kids, even though I have a daughter, I don't feel like I have any of those. But like I said, God prepares our hearts for each other. And so when you go in with a willing heart, God uses that, and He grows that. He humbled me through it, because I thought I had to go in with skills, and He said, no, you just go in. I'll come in with what is needed. And we're going to go to glorify Him. We're going to build His kingdom in A-Leaf. And so that is something anybody can do, because all of us that believe in Him are kingdom builders. And this is where He has chosen to put us. And as someone who didn't grow up in A-Leaf, or I haven't lived in A-Leaf, or I'm kind of close to A-Leaf, but I don't live in it, this is an opportunity to really put down roots and build really close connections with children in A-Leaf. But then through that, I've gotten to know their families, and I've gotten to actually build relationships with others in the community through it.